This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1999.
NBA Showtime. It's a tournament sponsored by Midway. This is the trophy, signed ball by Shaquille O'Neal, and we're going crazy here.
Give me that. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Look at that action. Very close game. Good game.
I am here with Andrew from Midway. Now, Andrew, what exactly is your job title?
My job title is Gaming Communications Consultant.
What exactly does a gaming communications consultant do besides play video games?
Nice. Decides on who gets to come to our cool tournament.
So how did we get in here then?
You got in here because y'all are cool, man.
It's true. It's true.
Bam, baby.
NBA Showtime. Tell me all about it. I mean, it's like Blitz on a basketball court.
Yeah, but it's also what Tommy would want basketball to be. Just a 2-on-2. We take 5 of the best players from each team. And, we try to supply just, the high-flying dunks, the aerial shows, speed of the game, and high.
My strategy here, look into my shirt. Going down to the wire, I can take it. Yes! Playing all this basketball today reminds me of only one thing, and that's LucasArts, Indiana Jones, and the Infernal Machine.
I'm with Wayne Cline, who is the project manager on the new Indiana Jones game. How you doing, Wayne?
Pretty good.
What are we going to be doing in this new Indiana Jones adventure?
Andy starts out the game as just wanting to go back to being an archaeologist, but he meets up with Sophia Hapgood, his partner from Fate of Atlantis, and she talks him back into adventuring. This time around, he's going against the Russians, who are going towards the Tower of Babel, race with the Russians to get there first. So we now have a Russian KGB agent, Gennady Volodnikov, who's the main bad guy in this one. Sophia actually now works for the CIA, so we sort of get some spy stuff in there too. The Infernal Machine, which is the name of the story, has the ability to open up a rift between our world and another world called the Ethereum. And Indy's got to collect a bunch of machine parts, get the machine pushed back together, and then see what he can do to stop the badness.
What year is this game set in?
It's set in 1948, just after World War II, right at the beginning of the Cold War. Obviously, Indy's got his whip. He can use it to disarm enemies. He can use it to swing across chasms and all sorts of adventures, otherworldly creatures that come into play too, so it's a lot of fun.
Right on. There's got to be some really cool story elements to this game. I mean, LucasArts is known for its adventure storytelling.
He starts off in Utah, and then goes to Babylon, and just ends up going to Mexico, to the Philippines, to Tibet. He ends up getting knocked out and thrown on a Russian freighter and held captive there, where he's got to escape from that. So there's a lot of cool adventure stuff.
You think it's going to push Lucas or Spielberg to get together again for another Indiana Jones movie, please?
I'd love to see it. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I think a few other people would love to see that as well. Come on, George. Be a sport. Indiana Jones, bring him back. Is it cool to be working on a game at LucasArts that isn't Star Wars?
Absolutely. I love Star Wars, but it's just so refreshing sometimes to be able to do other games, and Indy's one of my favorite characters, so it's a lot of fun to be able to do that.
Right on. Well, thank you very much, Wayne. Good luck with the game.
My friend.
Yeah, there's that push move. I'm famous for it. Oh, damn. The problem is that I've taught him how to do it, and oh, he dishes up. Oh, 3. Come on, Kobe. Oh yeah. Woo. Needed that to take the lead.
Come on, swish it, swish it. Oh, nice rip. Oh, man, this is a close game. Close game. It's getting ugly.
This was in Japan. If you went in and test drove a Nissan,
No.
you got one of these.
Are you serious?
Very, very cool.
Okay, dig on this. Black Friday. Don't follow. It's a states thing. Day after Thanksgiving, people lined up around the block for half off a blender or a microwave or whatever. So, Boxing Day. Yeah, like Boxing Day, but like an extra Boxing Day that's a month earlier and way more aggressive. Like we're talking, there's a death toll. Working retail really perverts the spirit of the holidays, doesn't it? Yikes. I'm gonna put 1,000 items on sale for Black Friday. PNPGamesOnline.com. 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 PNPGamesOnline.com.
Okay, it's looking good.
See, I wore this shirt for the competition today. I knew I'd be in the tournament, so I figured when the other guys are playing, I can just go, and it'll be, and it'll blind them, and, you know.
Well, I figured you'd want to match your trophy that you get.
And the trophy matches the shirt. You see what I'm saying here?
See, we got to quit asking you guys to come. How many tournaments have you won so far?
None.
You know, the important thing to us was to make sure that the clean gameplay came through. You know, the excitement. I mean, you've been here, you see all the guys that are having a good time.
You gotta keep it up, man. You gotta keep it up. I'll point out the dude you gotta kill.
Okay.
This guy.
Oh, no. Now, you can actually, you can create your own player, and you can actually build up his points and everything.
But every 3 games you win, you wind up getting more attribute points. So you can go back into your create a character and build up his speed, his ball handling skills, his dunks. The more points you get, the more games you win, it'll open up different heads. Like you might be able to play as a clown, an alien, a magician. You can take a lot of the pros and put them on teams that they might not normally play on. Yeah. We've got Retro Rob that is kind of reminiscent of Afro Thunder in a way, but you know, real life characters. So there's just different things. You'll have to play the game to find out what other characters are.
Here we are in the semifinals of the basketball tournament, and you know, the guys who created Crash Bandicoot, Naughty Dog, now have a new Crash game, except it's called Crash Team Racing. It's a driving game, kart game. Am I in your way here? Am I in your way here? Am I in your way here? Hey,
how's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What's up?
There he is. Andy, how's it going? I used to be on the Universal Studios lot.
That's right. We moved down to, well, close to the beach.
Now, it's true that the Japanese Crash actually looks a little different from the U.S. version, right?
In the advertising and marketing, yes, he does. But in the actual game, he is identical. It's the same character.
Gotcha.
This is actually our very first cover. You can see how ugly Crash was back then. We took a while to actually get used to him. This is Joe Levan. He's working on what we call neatening. Making all the textures go the right way, and he has to work on making the world look good, the F level.
So what do we got up here?
I have textures here that I'm going to be placing on some of the levels in the new game.
She's into the Ouija board mouse pad, everyone. This is, you know.
I'm learning my letters.
Is that it? Oh, we should talk to this guy. He's on F.
Hey.
You work on 3D stuff, 2D,
Yeah, actually.
4D. You getting that whole 4D thing yet?
I do some 40 now.
Jamming with the Crash guys. We have some snacks here. What's
It's the cereal.
Look at this. Crash Bandicoot on the cover of Cookie Crisp.
Jason's got an even better one in his office.
Really? Hey, what you got there? Green clovers, blue diamonds, and orange bandicoots. What is this?
This is from a Japanese magazine cover. This is a Crash from Crash Bandicoot 2 from a magazine cover.
Same people?
Same people.
Right.
Same Matt Modeler. And this was in Japan. If you went in and test drove a Nissan,
No.
you got one of these.
Are you serious?
Very, very serious.
Crash Bandicoot Racing. Since we're all huge driving fans, you know, here we go. Crash and all his friends, like, in karts. And this isn't any regular driving simulator with regular laws of physics or anything. This is Crash Universe physics, which are a lot more fun. Turboing, missile launching, TNT box blowing, racing fun. How many people can play at once? You can play 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, or 4 player. Really? 4 player is rocking.
We have 16 normal tracks. We have at least 4 secret tracks. We also have a battle mode.
And what's adventure mode now?
Adventure mode is where you start with a normal car and you have to go through all the tracks in series, and then sometimes do multi-tracks, sometimes you do time trial tracks, and and slowly but surely you build up enough power and enough actually gold wrenches to buy acceleration, buy turning, buy top speed. No, you go against nitrous oxide, who's the big bad guy.
Awesome, man. Sounds great. I can't wait to get on this thing. How do you compare this to all the other basketball games on the Dreamcast?
It's good.
So,
one of the things that I think is cool right now is Planet Moon and Giant.
Yeah. Maybe we should go there now. I'm here with a couple good friends of mine from Planet Moon, and we're talking about their game,
Giant Citizen Kabuto.
Last time we were with you, you were showing me tornadoes and people getting sucked up. 3, 2, What's the humor level in this? Is it pretty high?
It kind of pops up in awkward little places that you weren't expecting. The thing with the humor that we don't go out with a joke right in your face. It's just an accidental thing that you kind of find funny, and it's kind of things that we find funny.
What's been the biggest challenge so far?
There's been a lot of small challenges, you know, one after another, landscapes and animation, just getting it all together.
Right.
3 completely different races, getting them to interact.
Right. Now this is, of course, some guys who worked on MDK. The MDK engine, like kind of the basis of this? Or...
We've thrown everything away. I mean, obviously we have our experience from doing MDK, and that's been crucial.
Right.
But the code is all new, the artwork is all new.
Bob, this thing looks fantastic. What's the basic premise of the game?
Basically to dominate the island. In single player mode, you'll battle through the entire island, playing all the different characters one by one.
There's 3 main characters that you'll play. The technological, spacefaring, guns kind of race. There's women who are mystical spellcaster, and there's the giant Kabuto, who's got the main title, who's 10 times the height of any of the other characters.
In multiplayer mode, you'll be able to play all the different characters separately for dominance of the island.
So there's some strategic elements, some resource management, but primarily it's an action game.
So, like, what's the object, like, of this level, for example? Like, besides killing everything that moves?
Well, in the one-player game, you get to play all the characters through some crazy convoluted plot that takes you through the mech rains, Sirius and Delphi, and they all have their own missions in their own world. So at one point they kind of fight against each other, but then they go off and have their very own sort of distinct missions. So she's going off to kill the Queen, Sea Reaper, and take over the Sea Reapers.
Gotcha. So it's pretty much kill everything in sight.
Well, you know, it's fun.
This has been particularly fun in this game, designing giants. The Sea Reaper, as you've seen, is a beautiful woman, and so that's good designing that. And then we've got the space guys, the Mecharains. We're very happy with the way the artwork's turned out, and the game in general, actually.
Who is exactly Citizen Kabuto?
We like the restaurants in San Francisco so much. There's a little guide. We go through and we look at all the names there, and there's Kabuto, there's the mechs are in there. So that's the easy way out of it.
Yes. 1 minute, 1 point game. You got me.
Give us one code. Give me one good one.
If you do ABA,
and
then I believe it's either down or right, you'll wind up playing with the ABA basketball. And it's kind of cool because you get to see a lot more movement of the ball, a lot more spin.
I think it's a vision of the future of the NBA. You know, 2 all-stars being paid hundreds of millions of dollars and no one else on the team now because we can't afford them.
And we'll watch them play 2-on-2 games.
Exactly. You know, get down to the bare bones. You never go to see like some scrub like a Donald Foyle or anything. Anyway, You go to see the stars. So 2 stars to every team. I think it's a great concept.
Do you mind being compared to Metal Gear Solid?
Of course not.
Heck no, he says.
If we can do even half of their sales, hey, I'm going to be taking off next year.
Oh, hey, Lee from PNP Games here, reminding you to check out the Electric Playground Classic every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on youtube.com/EPNTV. Brought to you in part proudly by PNP Games. And don't forget, play forever!
How long you guys been around for?
Well, we started in 1989, and I've been here for about 5.5 years.
Really? Let's talk about the big game, Winback. See, back, and it was on my back. So that's funny. See, that's not funny. Okay. What is win back? Do you have to win back your girlfriend?
You have to win back the satellite. Your helicopter blows up, everybody gets separated, and you go at it alone.
Okay.
Throughout the game, you'll meet your other team members, exchange information. Some of them get killed. There's 3 different endings to the game, depending on how fast you finish the game. If you don't finish it by a certain time, the satellite is fired again by the terrorists and blows up another city.
It's like a third person. It's very much like Metal Gear. It's not like GoldenEye.
Well, it is in the sense of the genre and the type of game it is.
Yeah.
And the 4-player deathmatch.
So there is a 4-player deathmatch. Now, in the 4-player deathmatch, do you actually see the guy on screen, or is it first person?
You see the whole person.
Do you mind being compared to Metal Gear Solid?
Of course not.
Heck no, he says. Most people are like, well, we're not really like a Metal Gear Solid and blah, blah.
If we can do even half of their sales, hey, I'm going to be taking off next year.
So I understand one of the really cool things about the title is that the enemies have really cool AI. AI, for everyone, that's artificial intelligence. Or is it artificial intelligence?
Some of them will come rushing towards you. Some of them will call out for their friends. Some will just run away. They're afraid, I guess.
Okay.
There's also different boss characters you run into at certain levels.
According to the back of the box, battle heavily armed boss characters. Did you write this?
Yes, I did.
He did. He wrote the back of the box. So talk to me about this whole laser sighting thing that's supposed to be really cool.
Right.
What exactly is that all about?
Well, instead of crosshairs as your targeting mechanism, we do have a laser sight for all the weapons, and it goes something like this.
Whoa, hey. Whoa. So, are there any cool moves in this game?
Pretend you're the back of a wall or something. Come up to the wall, press a button, back against the wall, you see an enemy coming, swing out, fire a couple shots, swing back without them even noticing, and you're all done. You get a machine gun, you have a pistol, you have a silencer.
Grenades?
You have C4 explosives, you have a grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher, of course.
And a shotgun.
Now, do you get more points for shooting people in the head as opposed to in the crotch?
No, you just kill them faster, so you stay alive longer.
Are there any really cute girls in this game? Because that's what gamers really want.
There is a cute team member that you work with.
There is a babe, and what's her name?
Her name is Lisa.
Lisa the babe. Is she blonde, brunette, redhead?
She's brunette.
She's brunette. See, I'm getting to the heart of this interview.
And depending
right
on how fast or how well you finish the game,
yes,
she may or may not be alive at the end. So.
Really?
It's up to you.
So you really need to save the cute brunette girl named Lisa.
Yeah.
That's really
the main goal.
That's really, and you want to win her back.
Yeah, you can put it that way. Yeah.
Does she have a nice back?
You only see her front.
Oh. Thank you for talking with us. Everybody's been asking about Winback. They've been saying, what's Winback? Is it good? Is it sucks? Is it like Metal Gear Solid? Is it like GoldenEye? Well, now you know. And it's from Koei, the Japanese company with 3 vowels in its name right next to each other.
Thank you. You know what? First thing I'm going to do is eat some Fruit Loops out of this bad boy, dude.
We should have brought our secret weapon, Jason Wilson, but I tried to hold on my own, but it was a tough loss.
How are you going to be able to hold your head up now, going back and facing Jason Wilson back in the office? Is he going to look at you and just say, "You're a small man"?
No, I'll just lie and I say I lost a trophy and the baggage claim.
Oh, there you go.
The missions are really well designed and it's very realistic. But it's virtually the same thing in every mission. You sneak into a place, you try not to get seen.
That's fun to me.
It is fun.
Not taking a lunch break? We're all having a heated argument on what video game has the best original soundtrack. Oh, sorry, I'm just browsing the hundreds of retro classic and contemporary hit video games available now on our web store, pnpgamesonline.com. Support us while we support the Electric Playground Classic. Yeah. It's Streets of Rage 2, by the way. What? The best OST. You know, I was never able to grow my own mustache. Until now.
It's me, Mario! No, it's me, Zoe. If you like Mario Golf on the N64, you're gonna love this game on the Color Game Boy. While it's not in 3D, there are a ton of things about it that still make it a great game. It's very simple. You go out on the course, You choose a club, and then after that, it's pretty much just a matter of timing. You still have all the really cool characters like Mario and Luigi, and you can build your own characters. You even have an RPG mode. So you can wander around and you can go and you can play golf and talk to all the different characters within the game. You have a tournament mode where you can play against Mario or Luigi. You can practice any hole within the whole entire game. So if there's something that you want to get better at, you can go and practice it over and over again. I'm giving Mario Golf an 8 out of 10.
We gotta find a place to do these reviews, man. What are we gonna do here?
Dude, right here.
What?
Huh?
Oh my. Hey, this is perfect.
Thinking?
Yeah, this is great.
Purple chairs.
You wanna sit there?
I'll sit here.
All right.
I've been looking for one of these for a long time now.
What'd you think of Crash Team Racing for the PlayStation?
Crash Team Racing for the PlayStation. Now, here's a game that done by Naughty Dog. The guys did all the Crash Bandicoot stuff, and they did 1, 2, and 3, and they said, let's do something different this time.
You know what I think about Naughty Dog? I think they're one of the best developers in the world. I think that they've got themselves into a bit of a routine with the Crash games, but they have totally maxed out the power of the PlayStation year in, year out. Crash 1 through 3 got progressively better, and now with Crash Team Racing, they've built a game that competes with the best that Rare has done and the best that Nintendo has done on the PlayStation.
It's a lot like Mario Kart.
I actually enjoyed it more than Mario Kart. I think that
Me too. I thought it was a better game than Mario Kart.
Amazingly enough, they were able to get all the multiplayer options that you would find in Nintendo racing kart game.
You know, the graphics aren't super spectacular, amazing stuff, but the speed of the game is very good, and that's what counts on these type of racing games.
Well, you have to be realistic, though. It's a cartoon racing game, right? So these guys know how to do. They're not textured polygons.
The tracks are awesome.
The tracks are wicked.
The tracks are great.
The level design is
tracks?
fantastic. There's like
25 or something.
There's all kinds of hidden stuff as well. There's battle mode.
Yeah.
There's
adventure mode.
The adventure mode, you actually have all the races. You basically go through a race, and then you have to go through a race again to earn a special coin, and you got to collect more coins, and then you can open other doors and secrets. It's a really, really sharp, detailed game with loads of playability. People will be playing this thing for months and months. Fantastic game. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I give it about, 8. About an 8.
An 8? So what'd you think of Battle Tanks 2, the sequel to Battle Tanks for the Nintendo 64?
This was a surprise. It's basically Tokyo Wars, the arcade game for the console. But man, this is just as good as Tokyo Wars.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It really is. It's super fast action, arcade tank combat.
Right.
It's exactly the same kind of style of game as like Vigilante 8 or Twisted Metal. But the graphics are amazing. The weapons are super cool. There's like 25 different locations. They've used real world locations all around the world. So you can blow up Paris and London and San Francisco airport. And there's tons of different styles of tanks. There's hover tanks. There's motorcycle style tanks.
It's a lot better than the original Battle Tanks.
Oh, it's much, much better.
Yeah, the graphics are very clean. I find it a little hard to get used to in the beginning.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, because the joystick controls all your movements plus your turret. It's kind of hard to get used to a little bit. Once you do, it's all right.
I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm in about a 7. Definite improvement over last year's graphically, gameplay-wise. Definite 7.
So what'd you think of Delta Force 2 for the PC?
Delta Force 2 is not really a huge improvement over Delta Force. Delta Force is a great game.
What they improved was all the multiplayer stuff and all the online stuff.
The best thing is play Capture the Flag online.
Yeah.
It's very cool. That's the fun. We got like 30, 60 people playing Capture the Flag, and there's just, the sound effects are coming from everywhere. It's really great.
It's really crazy. You can see the tracer bullets zipping over your head. But you know what I found about this game, though? It's that it seemed like a very repetitive thing to me.
Well, see, that's what's cool to me, though, is that if you want to just sit and sneak, it gives you that whole ambiance of being in a real situation. And do you want to go around this side of the mountain to take the guy out, or you just want to come storming in and shooting? The only thing I was a little bit disappointed in, I thought the graphics were going to be a lot better. It's not awful. Don't get me wrong.
There's more textures on the characters, and the
I just thought it was going to be
look a little bit better.
Even better graphically.
Missions are really well designed, and it's very realistic. But it's virtually the same thing in every mission. You sneak into a place, you try not to get seen.
That's fun to me.
It is fun. I like Delta Force 2, I just wasn't blown away. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 9.2. I think it's a great game. I love this style of game. I'd much rather play this kind of game than the Quakes and everything else, because it's more real life. You're not shooting monsters, you're shooting other real people, and that's important to me.
What did you think of NBA Showtime for the Dreamcast?
It's Blitz on a basketball court.
Very much.
Now you gotta play it 2-player.
There's more finesse in Showtime Showtime than there is in Jam, I think, in some ways. I think because you have it's very, very specific single-player control. When you have the ball, you can do all kinds of fakes and jukes and spins.
What I love is the fact that you can really kind of build up your character.
Oh yeah,
you build up your
customize
player.
like crazy. It's the same guys that built the Jam and Hang Time games. They know how to do this kind of game. They did a fantastic job again. The Dreamcast port is like virtually identical to the arcade.
Yeah.
But even still, I like Blitz better. I think Blitz has come along and it's a more enjoyable title. If you're a Dreamcast owner, you're going to be a fan of this game no matter what kinds of games you're into.
Yeah.
Definitely you and your friends will like this. NBA Showtime gets a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, an 8.3 for me. I mean, this is, we got a good group of games. I wasn't really able to trash any games properly this week.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Hopefully next week we'll have some crappy games.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's getting tight. It's getting tight.
Oh! Woo, pulled it out. All right. Great game, Mark. Man, I wish I had his D. I suck.
Production assistance for Electric Playground is provided by Sony Computer Entertainment, publishers of Jet Moto 3 for the PlayStation. Activision, publishers of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Now everyone thinks they can skate like Tony Hawk. And Computech Media, publishers of Incite Video Gaming, Incite PC Gaming, and InciteGames.com. This classic episode of the Electric Playground was brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support the Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.